Hello and welcome. So just a quick 15 minutes to kind of get you energized for your day. We're going to start on hands and knees. And we're going to take the knees wide, bring the big toes together, hands underneath the shoulders, and very gently just easing yourself towards a child pose. Maybe your chest comes towards the ground. Maybe you come onto your forearms and lift the hips up a little bit higher. So see what feels comfortable for your body. See if you can close your eyes, and wherever you've come to, try and relax your shoulders. And just kind of relax your ribs and your tummy. And just notice your body. How does the shape feel? Without judgment, just noticing how the body responds. And we'll just take a few breaths here, just feeling your breath. Becoming aware of your breath. And just these last two breaths, see if you can soften a little bit with the exhale, maybe breathing out of the mouth. And at the end of the exhale, place your hands onto the floor. Lift yourself up, hands and knees, and just step the knees back underneath the hips. And we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So make sure your hands are not too close together. Take them maybe wider than your shoulders a little bit. And as you breathe out, push away from the ground, chin to the chest. Seeing if you can draw your belly in and lengthen your lower back. And as you breathe in, drop the belly and bring your chest forwards, like taking your gaze forwards. So breathing out, rounding through, spreading the shoulder blades. Breathing in, bring the chest through. See if you can spread your collarbones. So we'll just take a few rounds of breath there. Next time you exhale, hold it in that exhale. Keep breathing. See if you can gently push down through your knees, through your feet. Push away from the ground. Push down through your index finger knuckle. And really lift the chest, the tummy away from the ground. Shake the head a little bit. And then drop the belly as you next breathe in. Look forwards. And just hold it there. Maybe just shake the bum a little bit left to right. And then from here, you can take it into a puppy pose. So where your heels of your hands are roughly, we're going to bring your elbows down. Bring your forearms to the floor. So the bum stays lifted. And you might walk the arms forwards a little bit more. But think of the cat-cow pose, so that little arch into the lower back. See if the heart will begin to melt down to the ground. Maybe your forehead reaches the ground. If that feels intense in your back, you can lift up and just have the arms straight, hugging the ribs in. So see what feels best for you. Wherever you are, try and soften your shoulders. Remember your knees and your feet, so your anchor in this pose, anchoring you down. Taking a breath. Letting it go. Let's take one more breath here. And then if your forearms are down on the ground, push into them. Peel, align, and look towards your hands. And then gently walk the hands in towards you. Okay, we're going to tuck the toes. Make sure your hands are as wide as your yoga mat. Maybe take the hands a little bit further in front of the shoulders. Tuck the toes or take it up into a downward dog. So this first downward dog, you're going to have the knees wider than the hips. So nice wide downward dog. Make sure your hands are nice and wide as well. Spread your fingertips. Toes are pointing forward. Knees are really generously bent. And it's almost like you're trying to bring your tummy between your thighs. So we're really stretching the arms, stretching the armpits, all the way through the ribs and the waist. You can waggle your bum here. And then start to bend one leg as you straighten the other. So that little slow walk from side to side. Really pushing down through your index finger knuckle, your thumb, each fingertip. Try and draw the shoulders down the body. Okay, and then just a bit of stillness into the legs. Walk your feet so they're back underneath your hips, so gap between the feet. And float the right leg up behind you. Just find a little bit of length in that right side of your body. And then bring the knee under, and we're going to try and step it between the hands. If you find your foot doesn't reach, bring it to the floor and step your foot forwards. So your knee is above the ankle. Apologies for my dog. Going to lower the back knee down, bring your hands up onto that front thigh, and lift up through the chest. Fingers spreading your collarbones. So that puppy pose shape, arching up, nice curve from your knee all the way up to the crown of the head. Shoulders are relaxed. Take a nice big breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down to the ground. We're going to pick up the back knee, spin the heel onto the floor, and then really, really firm up your legs. Push through the legs, lift yourself up. Left arm can come up and over into our warrior two. So take your gaze over your front middle finger, relax the shoulders. See if you can sink the hips just a little bit. Relax your toes. And we find a little flow. So as you breathe in, right arm rises up, finding a stretch and looking down towards your back heel if that feels right in your neck. Just holding it here for a breath. See if you can draw this right hip. Notice if it's sticking forward. Can you kind of draw it towards the back of the mat? Big breath. Come out into warrior two. And we're going to reach it forward, either hand to the thigh or forearm, and take it up into extended side angle. Let's take a nice big breath here. And then as you breathe out, bring your hands down to the ground, frame the front foot, and spin onto the toes of the back foot. You're going to lift up, going to lower the back knee down, sorry. And this time as you breathe in, sweep your arms forwards and up, same shape as before with arms lifted, relax the shoulders. Take a nice big breath in all the way up to your fingertips. And as you breathe out, bring your hands to your heart. And then we're going to bring left elbow towards your front thigh. So opposite hand, opposite elbow to front thigh. And then see if you can spin your chest towards your hands. So hands are pushing together in prayer pose. Try and lift that top elbow up, spinning the chest round. Try and draw that right hip back as well and take a nice big breath. And as you breathe out, bring the hands down to the inside of the front leg. Heel toe your front foot out to the side. So toes are turning out, heel is in. And again, think that puppy pose. So see if you can drop your hips forward, lift your chest through the arms like cat-cow. Spread the collarbones. Slightly deeper hip opening, so just be mindful. Take a nice big breath. And then as you breathe out, soften. And you might plant the hands on the floor. You might find the left forearm can come down. You might find the right forearm can. So just be mindful as to what feels good, but focusing on softening into that right hip, into the inner thigh of that right leg as well. So wherever you are, just stay here for a couple of breaths. Okay. If you're on your forearms, gently come up to hands. We're going to lift the back knee. And then we're going to walk our hands around to the long edge of your mat, if you're on a mat. Turning your toes as you go. And we come into wide-legged, so a straddle pose. So toes in, slightly heels out. And maybe you stay with the hands on the hips, knees slightly bent. Maybe your hands come to the floor. You might feel okay to take a hold of the elbows and let the body have a dangle and a sway between the legs. So just finding the variation that works for you. Don't force it. Knees can have a nice little bend in. Really let the head go as much as you can. Give it a shake. And then we'll walk the hands back to the front. We'll step it back to plank. Take it up into downward dog. And from downward dog, lift your left leg up. And we're going to step your left leg between the hands. So come up onto the fingertips, lower the back knee, hands onto the front thigh, reaching up, softening through the shoulders. Find a nice stretch into the front of the body as you lengthen the back body. Taking a breath. And then as you breathe out, bring your fingertips down. We'll pick up the back knee, spin the heel down, and then lift yourself up into warrior two on the opposite side. Take the arms out wide. Take your gaze to your middle finger. See if you can just draw that left hip in a little bit more. And as you breathe in, float the back arm up. Take your gaze to your back foot if that's comfortable in your neck. Nice big breath into the side body. And as you breathe out, either hand or forearm to the front thigh, reaching up and over, extended side angle. See if you can find a reach through the right side of your body. And then as you breathe out, bring your fingers down to the ground, spin onto the back toe. We're going to lower the back knee. And untuck the toes, sweep your fingers forwards and up, relaxing the shoulders, opening the front of the body. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down to your heart. Okay, right elbow to left thigh, so crossing over the body, hands in prayer position. See if you can draw your thumbs towards your heart towards your thumbs. Keep that top elbow lifted. Try and relax the shoulders. Take a nice big breath. And as you breathe out, come through center. Bring the hands to the inside of your front foot. Heel toe your front foot out to the side a little bit. Right up on the fingertips. Breathing in, bring your chest through. Spread the collarbones. So you can draw that left hip in. And then as you breathe out, either come onto the palms of your hands and bring chin to the chest. Maybe the right forearm comes down, maybe the left. So just finding the shape that works for you. And trying to relax into the left hip, the left thigh, and that inner thigh. Nice soft tummy. Nice soft shoulders. Maybe let the head go, shake it a little bit wherever you've come to. Take one more breath. If you're on your forearms, gently come up to your hands. We'll tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Walk your feet around to the long edge of your mat or to the side. So into a straddle pose. Maybe the feet go a little bit wider. See if you can bring either the hands to the ground. Maybe you bring chin to the chest and encourage the ribs towards the legs. So just listen to your body. Let the head hang as much as you can wherever you've come to. I like to give the head a shake and feel my hair falling down to the ground. Just surrendering to gravity just for a breath. And then wherever you've come to, we're going to lift up into a halfway lift. Come onto the fingertips. And from here, bring your heels in, your toes, your heels and your toes, and your heels and your toes, and your heels and your toes. Fold down over the legs, forward fold. As you breathe in, rise up halfway, straightening the legs, lengthening the spine. And as you breathe out, take it down. A nice softness into the legs, into the knees. Push through the feet, take your arms wide, slowly come all the way up to standing. Arms reach up overhead. And as you breathe out, bring the hands to your heart. Oh. Take a breath, bring a smile to your lips. Give yourself your full attention. See if you can take something positive into the rest of your day. Let this be a good start. And we bow the head to the hands, the mind to the body. Namaste. Thank you so very much. Have a lovely day. And I will see you very soon. Thank you.